I got to ask you right off, what do you make of these, massive valuations and the warnings that we've seen from the likes of Yellen over several months and others? Do they understand what's driving it, or are they missing something?
I think the valuations are related to the fact that biotech is starting to benefit from decades of research and development and advances in molecular biology and medicine in general. And I think the market is anticipating a big wave of extremely innovative products that are going to have a dramatic impact on patients' lives.
I feel like, we've seen these run-ups in biotech stocks in the past. They tend to happen when people are enthusiastic overall and people who like to speculate. They really boom. But is it different this time? I mean, I feel like we go through these hype cycles and then it fades. What is the story behind biotech right now that makes this not just another hype cycle?
I think the story is that this is a true industry now. That's industry that's overall profitable with very significant revenues. You take a company like Biomarin, we're going to have revenues close to $900 million this year. We'll very likely pass easily $1 billion in revenue next year. And we have 5 products on the market and 10 products in the clinic. And I think this is why we're being rewarded by investors.
And one of your big pipeline drugs is to combat dwarfism, which is a failure of normal conversion of cartilage into the bone. But to offset that, you really have weak free cash flow, looking at negative $325 million, and that's going to grow over the next few years, according to Bloomberg estimates. At what point do you think investors are going to start to demand free cash flow instead of R&D?
I think this has been an issue for the past 10 years for Biomarin. Some investors have been asking us to get profitable, although our long-term investors understand that we are very efficient in our R&D dollars spent. We generally get drugs approved from first into patients to approval in about 5 years, which is less than half the industry average. We've been, getting some results on a regular basis in terms of positive clinical trials or new approval for products. But we have communicated recently, however, that we believe that assuming drisapersen, our drug for Duchenne muscular dystrophy, gets approved in the U.S. or Europe, at the end of this year or sometime next year, we should be on a non-GAAP basis. We should be profitable in 2017.
Wow.
How worried are you about sort of regulatory threats on the horizon, particularly related to the extraordinary high cost of orphan drugs?
I think one has to differentiate between orphan and ultra-orphan drugs. I think orphan drugs, because there are a lot of oncology drugs that are orphan drugs, we are in a somewhat different space. Biomarin is mainly in what we call the ultra-orphan space, where we're talking about patient populations of less than 10,000 patients in the world. And I would say, the 5 products we have on the market today are the only products approved for the indication that they treat. And in this respect, we're not observing a significant change in the reimbursement environment. We actually are launching Vimizim, our 5th product right now. It's been on the market for about a year in the U.S. and is doing extremely well. So I would say, as long as you don't have significant competition, there is still a lot of pricing power in the orphan business.